Not a lot of people are going to tell you this, but most careers do not fail loudly. They fail quietly. You get a decent job, you get paid well enough, maybe even your parents are proud of you for what you do. But one day you realize you've been busy for years and you're not actually happy with what you're doing. You're not burned out, not unemployed, just stuck. And the kind of scary part, almost everyone around you feels the same exact way. For me, that's when I realized something kind of uncomfortable. Most people don't fail at their careers because they're bad at work. They fail because they never built a career on purpose. So here's the trap that almost nobody warns you about. Most people don't choose careers. They accept options in front of them. And those temporary choices stack up into experience you didn't plan, skills you don't care about, and a path that gets harder to exit every year. And this hits especially hard in mission-driven and systems-based work. Things like public service, nonprofit, healthcare, policy, the list goes on. If you don't plan careers intentionally, they don't stay flexible, they quietly trap you. If this already is starting to sound kind of familiar, go ahead and give me a subscribe and let's dive deeper into this one. So part of this channel is understanding career systems before you waste years learning them the hard way. One of the biggest mistakes I made during my career wasn't that I chose the wrong job. It was that I skipped one really important question. And that was, what problems do I actually want to work on for years? Not job titles, not salary bands, problems. Like, what frustrates you long enough that you'd stay with it even on bad days? Who do you actually want your work to benefit, and what makes it feel worth it? I didn't ask this enough throughout my career, and I paid for it. I ended up in roles that looked great on paper, but didn't really mean much to me once the novelty wore off. The thing is, most people keep their options open for too long. Say things like, I'll figure it out later. I just need something stable for now, or I don't want to limit myself. I told myself a lot of that, but staying broad isn't freedom, it's how you drift. Direction creates leverage. That doesn't mean locking yourself in forever. It means choosing a lane instead of wandering between exits. Whether it's education, policy, community services, nonprofits, tech, government, pick a direction and you can pivot later, but drifting compounds fast. And another big mistake I made was assuming that my effort was enough. It's not. Every system rewards specific skills. Ask yourself, what am I actually good at? What does this system really need? Where am I misaligned? I've watched people stay unhappy for years, not because they're lazy, but because their strengths don't actually match how the system actually works. Skill gaps aren't failures, they're instructions. I've seen people chase college degrees hoping that clarity would just magically appear. More school, more debt, same confusion. Not every career rewards more education. Some reward targeted credentials, fellowships, or rotations, or real experience over those degrees. The question isn't what sounds more impressive, it's what actually makes me move closer to the work I want. Clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from exposure, internships, fellowships, short-term roles, volunteer work. Most solid careers aren't built by one perfect decision, they're built one step at a time. You have to remember that careers are going to be a huge part of your life and they're going to last for years. They don't advance in isolation. They move through conversations. Talk to people already doing the work, mentors, supervisors, or colleagues who have been around for longer. Some of the most miserable professionals I know committed years to paths they never pressure tested with real humans. If you're kind of just starting out, trying to focus in on what career you want to have, understand this. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a short-term move over 1 or 2 years, a medium-term direction over the 3 to 5 years, and a long-term sense of impact, which is your long-term. Think of it like a compass, not a cage. Careers evolve, people change, plans should too. I'm not sharing this because I got everything right along the way. I'm sharing it because I wasted times in jobs that looked good but didn't feel right. And I've watched too many smart people do the same. The most stable careers aren't accidents. They're built by people who understand the systems they're entering and make intentional choices early before momentum locks them in. If you want honest breakdowns about careers, public service, and how not to wake up successful but stuck, Go ahead and give me a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.